Introducing Louis Rich Deli Thin Cold Cuts.
Tastes too good.
Tastes too good to be, but it's not.
I don't believe it.
Tastes too good to be, you know what?
New delicately thin sliced cold cuts from Louis Rich.
And low fat? No way.
Tastes too good to be, but it's true. Tastes too good to be good for you.
Are you kidding?
They're deli thin, deli delicious.
You're not kidding.
Tastes too good to be good for you.
Tastes too good.
I think the profile program is extremely important. We have a lot of patients on different medicines from different doctors. If we didn't have that profile system, we'd have no way of knowing what medicines were coming from which doctors when a drug interaction came up. I like to see people well, and if they're sick and there's just one little extra thing that I can do to make them better, then that's what I'm going to do. Otherwise, I don't need to have on this white coat.
Hey, give you a lift to your car?
I don't have a car.
What's the gas can for?
Well, I'm thinking about getting one.
The second period was a great one for the Washington Capitals. They rebounded from the 1-0 deficit after the first period, scored 3 straight goals, and lead New Jersey 3-1 after 40 minutes of action here at the Capitol Center. And welcome back to Capitals Hockey on Home Team Sports. I'm Al Koken. Let's update you on all the scoring with our Hardy's scoring summary. In the first period, it was New Jersey with the lone goal. Pat Conacher left all alone in front of Don Beaupre, put it in on the assist from Morris and Brown. And the Capitals then turned it on in the second. Dino Ciccarelli, his first game back after missing 21 with a broken thumb, got his second of the season. Mikhail Tataranoff and Dale Hunter picking up the assist. Then the Capitals specialty team struck. Peter Bondra, number 10 on the year, off a beautiful pass from Tataranoff. Calle Johansson getting the second assist, and the Capitals finally took the lead. Then, shorthanded, Mike Ridley breaking in all alone, put a nifty move on Sean Burke, tucked it just past Sean Burke's skate into the open net, and Mike Ridley with his 7th of the year unassisted. That's the shorthanded goal. And our Hardee's game summary brought to you by the good people at Hardee's. Come and see what's going on at Hardee's, where they have all kinds of good stuff. Well, tomorrow night the Capitals will be on the road. Let's tell you what the upcoming road games for the Capitals are. Brought to you by Chevrolet. Our on-the-road look finds the Capitals in New Jersey tomorrow. Then another big Patriot Division battle. Back to New York's Madison Square Garden on the 17th to take on the Rangers. And then out to Chicago with Mike Keenan and the Chicago Blackhawks. That's On the Road with the Capitals, brought to you by Chevrolet. Time now to introduce you to our second intermission guest. If you've been following Capitals hockey for a little while, you certainly know our guest, former Capital goaltender Bernie Wolf, and update the fans on what's been going on in the life of Bernie Wolf since you hung up the pads.
Well, for approximately the last 11 years, I've had a financial service company in the Rockville, Maryland. It's called Bernard Wolf and Associates. We couldn't think of
Catchy
a better
title.
Yeah, we couldn't think of a better name. And what our specialty is executive compensation planning and estate planning. And it's been the Washington area has been very good to me.
Was this a long-time plan of yours, even while you were playing hockey? Did you set up some things, some stepping stones for your post-hockey career?
Well, before I turned pro, I had a degree in finance, and I had always hoped that I could use it sometime. And the opportunity came, and the team was struggling, and I just wasn't enjoying it as much as I did the first year that I played. And I set up this company, and it's worked out very well, and we've grown over the years. And like I said, the area has been very good, and I really enjoy what I do. And I've been very lucky. Hockey, I enjoyed getting up in the morning to go to the rink, and now I enjoy going to the office.
We said you hung up the pads. Now, that's professionally, but I know you've dusted those pads off to play in some of the games with the Washington Capitals Alumni Association. Tell us about those activities and what kind of events they've got coming up.
Well, before you get carried away, I've only put the pads on once in all those years, and that was an effort. But I've been named president of the Washington Capital Alumni. Brian Watson is vice president, and Ivan LeBray is treasurer. And what we hope to do is get all the former Capitals together, some local businessmen, to try to give back to the community some of the things that the community has given to us as hockey players and businessmen. And what we would like to do are golf tournaments, different types of fundraisers for local charities. And once we're just really in our infancy right now, and we've started to have meetings. In fact, this evening the Capitals were nice enough to, we got together, several of us, I guess we were about 10 couples, and all former players, and we met in A. Poland's dining room. We had a nice dinner, and it's good to get together because we have a reputation, former athletes, of not keeping in touch with each other, and this is a great way of getting together and finding out what we're all doing and see if networking and things of that sort. And we're having a great time, and we hope we could help the community out.
Well, that's great. Some good work being done by the Capitals Alumni Association. Bernie Wolf, good to see you again.
Well, I appreciate you having me on the show.
All right, Bernie Wolf, former Capital goaltender, now a financial wizard. Let's return after these messages here on Home Team Sports.
Yeah, we just scored. No, I didn't see Kevin get hit. Kev, you okay?
I wind up in the hospital, and Bob gets the winning goal.
I couldn't let Kevin miss the party.
I was having a pretty good time where I was.
Friends deserve the best.
Friendship was just being there.
The crisp, clean taste of Canada's best beer, Labatt's Blue.
I have to be flat on my back to get Bob to buy me a blue.
Between friends, it's true blue. Labatt's Blue.
Shooter. Shooter now.
The best buddy cop movie of the year. Clint Eastwood and Charlie Sheen are the new dynamic duo.
It's time for me to stop being scared. For other people to start.
Tough and gritty.
Fasten your seatbelt.
It fires with a full clip. Clint Eastwood and Charlie Sheen are terrific together. Clint Eastwood, Charlie Sheen, The Rookie, rated R. Now playing at a theater near you.
Why do so many people go to Hardee's for breakfast? That's why. Hardee's, all kinds of good stuff.
Hi, I'm Mickey Sadroff, National President of Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Through December 24th, when you bring your car to a local Jiffy Lube, they'll give you a red ribbon and contribute towards Jiffy Lube's generous donation to MAD. Let's keep Washington driving safely for miles and miles. It's a partnership we could live with for a safe and sober holiday.
Do it now. Do it here. Complete 14-point service and red ribbon for safe driving from MAD. Do it now. Do it here. Do it today. Check your local white pages.
And this is our 1991 Chevy S10EL. Let me point out a few features. Electronic fuel injection, power front disc brakes, rear wheel anti-lock brake system, double wall steel, front and rear. 5-speed, full gauges, tinted glass. What do you think?
So, what will I get for this price?
Let me show you.
The 91 Chevy S10EL. For value, more people are winning with today's Chevy truck.
Home Team Sports coverage of Washington Capitals hockey is brought to you by Labatt's Blue, the crisp, clean taste of Canada's favorite beer. Between friends, it's True Blue, Labatt's Blue. And by your Washington area Toyota dealers, Toyota Value, the best deal going. And by Head & Shoulders intensive treatment, tough on persistent dandruff without medicated hair. Washington Capitals scoring all 3 goals in that second period and well-deserving a 3-1 lead after 40 minutes of play. Welcome back, Jeff Rimmer, along with Craig Laughlin, and a solid 20 minutes from a Capitals perspective, Craig.
It sure was, Jeff. I think the Capitals really took it to the New Jersey Devils. You got the special teams doing a great job out there, the power play, the penalty killers, and even the regular shifts really getting some good chances on Burke. The Capitals came out and really forechecked hard that period.
And not only did they forecheck, they got the 3 goals, but they also outshot and out-hustled, as we got a look now here at the Head & Shoulders shot chart. 11 shots and 3 goals.
They had 11 shots, but 6 of them quality shots right in front of the net. Dino Ciccarelli with a couple, Ridley with a couple. They got some good quality shots right in front of the net. The first goal the Capitals got on the scoreboard right away. We have 4 Devils, 5 Devils here, but 2 Capitals against 1 defense in front of the net. Tataranoff on the point just gets the puck, and if we hold it here, we see Driver going to take Miller. He's not looking behind him to take Ciccarelli. We got Danico also looking at Miller. Tataranoff just gets the puck, takes a little wrist shot. It's redirected in front between the 5-hole of Burke for Dino Ciccarelli's 2nd goal of the year. Dino Ciccarelli all around the net. The Capitals get a picture-perfect 2nd goal, a power play goal. We have it set up here. They've got the box. They're then going to turn into a diamond, but the key here, nice pass by Johansson across to Tataranoff. Tataranoff looks to shoot if we hold it here. He's looking to shoot the puck. Leach is taken out. The Devils have taken out the man in front. Tataranoff gets it, but they don't see it. And if we hold it here, that great pass. Here's a man, Jersey Devil, Patrick Sundstrom. The pass is called between the seams. Bondra standing on the far side of the circle. He just gets it and one-times it. Right past Burke. Burke playing the shot. Bondra sneaks into that seam. That's a premier pass by Tataranoff. That's how it's done. That's textbook. They then got a shorthanded goal. Kelly Miller doing a lot of work. If we roll it here, Kelly Miller working in the... Then he gets his skate caught with John McLean. That knocks the puck off his stick right to Ridley. Ridley breaks in alone on Sean Burke. 3 or 4 moves, goes the forehand, backhand, forehand, little stick fake in front. Then he just slides it between the post and his pass for a big goal.
Today's shot chart brought to you by intensive treatment from Head & Shoulders. Tough on persistent dandruff without medicated hair. We'll be back right after this message.
Before this, you never heard of cold filtered. Before this, you never heard of genuine draft taste in a bottle. Now hear this. Get out of the old, get into the cold.
Cold filter taste what it's all about. Never heat pasteurized. So the rich, smooth taste don't cook out. For those who discover its real draft taste, the world can be a very cool place.
Get out of the old, get into the cold. Miller Genuine Draft.
There was magic in that ballpark. We both felt it. Dad handed me his Minolta Maxim 5009.
Clark digs in. Bulldog into his windup.
No snapshot camera is this special because Maxim has it all. Telephoto zoom for detail. Ultra-fast autofocus.
Lucky shot, rookie.
Even built-in flash.
Wow.
Experience the magic of Maxim. Only from the mind of Minolta.
I love your new kitchen. Who did it? Sears did it.
All of it? Even the new windows and the patio door.
And the fence around the patio.
Yeah, they gave us a free estimate, their famous satisfaction guarantee, even the financing.
Oh, you two always know the best deals.
Sears is the best deal I've heard of tonight.
Sears Home Improvements. Professionally installed, satisfaction guaranteed, or your money back. Sears Home Improvement Professional. The most trusted name around the house.
Monday nights at 6:30, tune in to Home Team Sports for the Washington Post Sports Talk, a weekly program featuring Washington Post sports columnists and guests, plus interviews with fans on the street about the hot topics in sports. Every Monday night at 6:30, it's the Washington Post Sports Talk.
Well, coming into tonight's hockey game, the New Jersey Devils' Eric Weinrich was one of the plus-minus leaders in the National Hockey League. Eric Weinrich off to an outstanding start, getting a lot of power play time and more even ice time. That's where he's got those plus-minus figures adding up. Let's update you on the plus-minus leaders in the NHL. All this brought to you by Alka-Seltzer.
Now it's time for the Alka-Seltzer Plus Award Update. When you got a cold and you gotta get relief, you gotta get Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold Medicine. This week, Jamie McCowan of Calgary shares the lead with teammate Al McInnes. The two have the league's best plus-minus rating. McCowan stays at home, but McInnes will travel.
McInnes scores! Whoa, he really rattled the twine there.
After 8 weeks, McCowan and McInnes in the lead for the Alka-Seltzer Plus Award.
Bernie Wolf telling me later that the response from some of the Capitals alumni has been outstanding. They've picked up $25 from Archie Henderson all the way in Edinburgh, Scotland, Leif Svensson in Stockholm, Sweden, and Milan Novi has already sent $25 from Czechoslovakia. But there's one guy they haven't gotten the money from. That is Craig Laughlin. Lockers, the check in the mail? Why am I not surprised?
Jeff said he was going to give me that for Christmas. He's sending it in for me.
Puck cleared into the Devils zone. Burke leaves for Driver. Play just underway here in the third period as you watch Caps hockey on Home Team Sports. Jeff Rimmer along with Craig Laughlin and Al Copeland. The Devils drive it in. The Washington end. Hatcher looking on the wing too far. And the Devils. John Burke gives to Driver on the wing for Claude Lemieux. Lemieux to Patrick Sundstrom from center. Lead pass for Muller. Back to Lemieux. Lemieux tries to direct it towards the net, but Lawler tips it. Comes around on the near side, and John Druce picks up the loose puck. East to the blue line, to center, with Bob Joyce. And over the line, tries to get around Weinrich. Turned around on the play. They both fall in the corner. Weinrich will back up quickly, and he has the puck. Long lead pass from McLean at center. McLean tries to get around Langley. Tatarnov was there. He tipped it off his stick. Slashed by McLean on Pavanka. Here's a breakaway for Kelly Miller. Miller trying to get a shot away as he was pulled from behind by Shanahan. Miller still controlled. Miller in the center of that box still has it, working like a buzzsaw around the Devils' net. Pavanka there. On the near side, controlled by Weinrich. Caps intercept. Kelly Miller feeds to Pavanka. Pavanka moves in front. Burke gets a piece of it, and it's off into the corner. Stastny at his blue line. On the wing for McLean. Has it hop off his stick. Bondra directs it towards center. Kazatanov has it for the Devils. He retreats back to his own blue line. Kazatanov for Shanahan. Shanahan getting it to McLean. Centering pass. Pavanka there to backhand it to Bondra. Bondra on the wing for Tatarnov. He'll wind up with that drive off the glass. Albeline has it for the Devils.
I think the Capitals would like to put the same blanket they did over the Pittsburgh Penguins in Pittsburgh against these New Jersey Devils. Really stand them up, force them to dump it in.
Crowder with a backhander. Picked up at the blue line by Abilene, but stolen by Malte. Gets it to Ciccarelli. Ciccarelli winds up with a shot. Burke makes the save. Doesn't know where the rebound is. Crowder has it in the corner, and he'll feed to Boschman. Boschman for Kazatanov. Burke keeps looking behind him after the shot. Crowder for Albeline. On the wing for Stewart and over the line. Stewart directs it towards the corner. And it's steered by Beaupre. Intercepted, comes in front. Beaupre's got it. Couple of Devils cruising, and Beaupre will wisely hold on. 17 minutes, 15 seconds left here in the third period. We got a close-up at Don Beaupre. Beaupre giving up a total of 2 goals in his 4 wins, and he's making his 4th straight start since coming back.
The Pavanka, Miller, Bondra line getting some good scoring chances. Pavanka walks out in front, goes right off the inside of his arm, Burke's arm, right into the corner. It looked like he had him beat right between his arm and hit the crossbar, went into the corner.
I was going to say, that did hit the crossbars. We got to look now from the Hardy's crease cam. But you notice how Burke keeps looking behind him. Right there.
And that's one thing I didn't do, Jeff, when you were shooting at me. I never looked behind into that net.
You didn't have to. Ellie Johansson puts the brakes on. Ciccarelli picks up the puck, feeds back to Johansson for Rouse. Rouse looking for Malte at the blue line, knocked down by Norwood, but the Caps able to clear the puck, and Ciccarelli has it at center. Feeds a pass for Ridley, just missed. Morris dumps it in. Conacher there, Beaupre way out of the net. Steers it ahead, backhanded by Morris, knocked down by Johansson for Ciccarelli. Lead pass, tipped by Driver. Malte would have had a break. Rouse at his own blue line. Lead pass there for Ridley, turned around by Norwood, who gets it to John Morris, and a quick pass here now for Brown, and a 2-line pass. That's the offside call, and a face-off back at the Devils' blue line.
Dougie Brown, checker, got into the lineup, has really worked hard, really forces down ice. He's a very good skater out of Boston College. His wife's father is Wellington Mara,
the owner of the New York Giants, Jeff.
Yeah, well, we know that our producer, Bill Brown, is certainly a Washington Capitals fan through and through, but he's got a little soft spot for Brown being part of that Giants empire. We all know he's a Giants fan. We remind him that the Giants lost 2 in a row. On the wing, Danico clears ahead here to Muller. Muller has it stolen by Bob Joyce, who drives it in. Around the backboard, Burke couldn't control it. Druce does. John Druce with the puck. Tipped off his stick by Weinrich, beating it ahead here for Muller. On the return, too far for Sundstrom. Lemieux has it, looking for Sundstrom, carries it over the line. Trying to stick handle through. Across the goal mouth by Muller. Danico pinching in. Off the backboard. Mahler is there for the Capitals. Too far for Hunter. Weinrich has it at center. For Danico. Dumps it back in. Beaupre stops it. Leaves for Lawler for Joyce. Bob Joyce, rink wide for Druce. He'll wind up. Blocker pad saved by Burke for Danico. Danico off the glass. Tatarnov is there for the Capitals. Circles in front of his own net. Tatarnov puts it on the wing here for Pivonka. Tabandra just failed to click. Kazatanov looking on the wing. Stastny looking for Shanahan off his stick. Tarnov controls. Behind the net, wrapped around the glass. Kazatanov knocks it down. Feeds it ahead. Too far for Stastny. Off the boards. Picked up by Langway. Looking on the wing. Pivonka centering pass. Just missed Kelly Miller. Miller there to pick it up. Tipped off his stick. Tatarnov back to the blue line. Backhand for Bondra. Bondra at center has it tipped by Stastny for Albaline. To Kazatanov, too far for McLean. Stepping up there is Johansson, and he drives it into the Devils' zone. Shanahan for Albaline. Puts the brakes on, dumps it into the corner. Johansson there for the Capitals. The Devils change on the fly. Here's Alfie Turcotte. Leading the Capitals attacking over the line. Feeds it for Leach. Leach on the near side. Centering pass. Just failed to click. Turcotte cruising in front. Turcotte turned around on the play. Driver is there to tie him up. So too is Norwood. He's got another member of the Capitals. Offensive thrust tied up, and that's Leach. McLean at his own blue line. To center. Winds up. Beaupre bluffed it. Kypreos. Turned around by Boschman. Goes right back after it. Backhands. Tipped by Beaupre for Rouse. Rouse off the boards to Leach. Leach misses a check for Norwood. Piece to Turcotte on the wing for Kypreos. Kypreos trying to kick it ahead. Al Stewart at center. Crosses the line. Directs it right on. Stick save. Beaupre. Leach on the near side. Takes a wicked slash from Leach. No penalty call. The fans saw it, but did McCreary see it? Weinrich pinching in. For Boschman. In front. Scores! Stewart. And the Devils have cut the margin to 1.
The Capitals not happy about that. He let a call go, a high stick goal. Then the New Jersey Devils scored. And right before the period, John Cuniff walked with McCreary, was talking to him right on the boards. That might have changed his idea. The New Jersey Devils working down low, working the puck, the Boschman line, right out in front to Stewart, and he just puts it home, right into the corner of the net.
Devils get their second goal. Washington lead 3-2. For Stewart, that is his 4th goal of the year.
The Capitals not upset a little bit about this call. Leach gets a shot right to the head from Stewart. Stewart puts up his arm saying, not me. Then he ends up coming out in front, scoring the goal for the New Jersey Devils.
Kevin Hatcher on the backhand clears it into the Devils zone. Danico racing after it. He picks up the puck off the backboard. Danico feeds it for Morris. Hits Brown to Weinrich. Weinrich, offensive defenseman, skates it in, looking for Brown, who was tied up on the play. And now an interference call. So McCreary looks the other way at a Capitals call and now penalizes the Capitals Malte. Interference the call. We'll have the power play when we return.
Let's say you're just walking along with a ticket in your pocket. The next day you could be a millionaire with your own personal moon rocket. Everybody's got a dream, and every day somebody's dream comes true. The Maryland Lottery, it could be you. It could be you.
penalty box for interference. Just hooks the man down, gets caught. Lawler taking the puck up the ice. The referee standing there calls the penalty. And I think that has something to do with the fact that John Conniff must have had a lot of nice things, or something must have been said at the start of the period, because they talked for a good couple of minutes against the boards before the Devils came to their bench.
Peter Stastny picks up the puck off the boards. Weinrich couldn't keep it in, and it's knocked down. And the Capitals arguing that they'd like to see this one go all the way back in the Devils' zone. But it goes for naught. The face-off just outside the Washington blue line with 1:48 remaining in the minor penalty to Malte for interference. Remember, the Capitals the last time they killed off a penalty, scored themselves a shorthanded goal. Conacher and Stewart have scored for the Devils. Cicerelli back for the first time after 21 games for Washington, along with Bondra and Ridley. The Devils have to regroup in their own zone as it's driven down by the Capitals. Burke leaves for Weinrich. Weinrich leading it on the wing here for Stastny. In over the line. Stastny from the near side. Centers a pass. Just missed Muller. Ridley finds an opening and dumps it all the way down. He and Keller Miller, #1 penalty killing unit, they're out there again as Weinrich feeds a pass deflected up into the Capitals bench off the stick of Kirk Muller with 1:15 left. In the manpower advantage for the Devils, and they'll send out a fresh line offensively and defensively here on the power play.
Bob Rouse sitting at the end of the bench talking to Kelly Johansson without a stick. I'm not sure where his stick was. He wasn't holding onto his stick at the bench, but the Capitals, this is a key penalty to try to kill. Ridley, Miller, doing a good job. Now Pavanka and Drews come out, have to try to finish this penalty off, try to finish and kill it.
Stastny has left, and now it's Sundstrom at center, but Pavanka wins the draw. Gets to Hatcher, and Kevin Hatcher dumps it the length of the ice. Burke leaves for Kazatonov. Kazatonov feeding it on the wing for Danico. At center. Sidesteps Pavanka. Winds up and drives it in. Bruce picks it up for the Capitals. Tries to get away from Shanahan. Hopes free to Langway. He finds an opening, and it's down the ice right on Sean Burke. 45 seconds left. Danico at his own blue line. Lead pass for Claude Lemieux, who backhands it into the Washington zone. There, Rod Langway quickly clears for Kelly Miller. Miller at center. Kazatonov right there. Miller backhands it for Ridley. Off his stick, Ridley goes after it. In the offensive zone, the Caps a man short. Claude Lemieux on the right wing. Feeds on the left side for Shanahan. And over the line, puts the brakes on. Off the Capital stick and into the neutral zone. Ridley tried to tip it. Kevin Hatcher moves in. There's 3-on-1 Washington. Hatcher direct toward the net. Burke gets a piece of it, and it's wide. 3-on-1. The Capitals a man short. Back comes Sundstrom. And over the line. Sundstrom being chased by Hatcher with 1 second left. Here's a quick drive. Blocked by Beaupre. Hatcher loses his stick, but the Capitals control. Malte out of the penalty box. He takes a quick feed from Hatcher, or rather from Hunter, and Hunter gets it right back. Hunter from the faceoff circle, dancing around. Backhands it towards the net, knocked down by the Devils, and Sean Burke out of the net. Great work by the Washington Capitals as they kill off the penalty. 10:53 left. We got to look at Sean Burke. Caps lead by a goal.
And the Capitals did a good job forcing the penalty. Then they had a quick break down the ice, Kevin Hatcher. But then the Devils came right back, working, trying to work against Kelly Miller, who had to step in and play defense. They don't want to get running around like that. They want the defense to play defense this late in the game, the forwards to play forward.
Good crowd on hand here for this first of back-to-back games between these two teams. And we call them the proverbial four-pointers. We get a look at our home team sports camera crew, rated amongst the very best in all of the NHL.
Sam and Eddie, they certainly are one of the best. Do a great job up here.
Face off to Sean Burke's right. From the draw, won by Hunter, gets back to Lawler. His shot blocked by Burke. Cleared by Norwood on the wing, too far for Conacher. He'll race after it. Turned around by Bob Rouse, and another penalty upcoming here. Right there, Bill McCreary, he makes the call as Conacher is turned around, and Rouse gets the gate. The power plays ahead. Stay tuned to Home Team Sports. Caps with a goal lead.
You rely on them to get you through some of the worst weather Mother Nature can dish out. And their sure-footed traction is always a welcome addition in rain and snow. Their durability is legendary, and they continually rank high in customer satisfaction. Shouldn't you demand as much from the car you drive? Test drive a Subaru today. The latest in foul or fair weather gear.
The Capitals, just having finished killing off a New Jersey penalty, are in the box again. Bob Rouse gets caught for holding. The linesman signaled no icing, wasn't going to be offside. Bob Rouse got turned around, had to pull down the Devil forward.
From the face-off in the Washington zone, Devils have the extra man. McLean feeds to Weinrich. He clears across ice, knocked down towards the net. Beaupre tips it off into the corner. Langway couldn't control the bouncing puck. Stastny gets it in front. Ridley is there. He drives it to the blue line, but not out. Shanahan's shot through traffic. Blocked by Kelly Miller. 2-on-1 for Washington again. Here's Miller and Ridley as Langway was turned around. Ridley shoots. Book. Burke to save the rebound. Around in the wraparound. Scores! Mike Ridley. Another shorthanded goal. He and Kelly Miller.
Well, the duo team up again. They break out 2-on-1. Rod Langley gets pulled down behind the plate. Ridley fakes. Miller going to the net. He gets the puck again, comes around and just wraps it around into the net. The problem the New Jersey Devils had, Shanahan a forward. They took advantage of him playing defense when he's actually a forward on the power play. But Mike Ridley, give him credit, worked extremely hard, followed the puck, came around, knocked right into the net.
Ridley's 8th goal. The Caps another shorthanded goal. Remember, the Devils are still on the power play. Will be for the next minute 21. Caps clear it, but not out. 8th goal of the year. Miller draws an assist at 9:47. Driver takes the pass from Burke at his own blue line. Clears ahead here for Sundstrom. Sundstrom puts it on the wing. Lemieux breaks in off the wing. Centered in front. Beaupre got a piece of it. Kazatanov looking for Claude Lemieux. Lemieux backhands it. Morris back to Lemieux. Quick shot. Beaupre gets a piece of it. It's wide. Kazatanov to John Morris. Morris to Sundstrom, to Claude Lemieux. Lemieux with Beaupre down, unable to get that shot away. Now John Morris with 36 seconds centering pass. Beaupre steers that one aside. John Bruce is there, and boy, does he take a hit from Sundstrom, but gets right back up. Morris feeds, cross ice. Beaupre's got it. What a save. Don Beaupre. Well, Driver drove one.
Well, what great action, Jeff. Very, very exciting hockey. Beaupre actually looking behind him. He makes that stop by Driver. The fans cheering their appreciation. The Capitals really coming on, doing a fine job. The bench not too happy. They were unhappy about that check to John Druce. He was slammed into the boards. But Don Beaupre, very, very sharp. Stops a big, hard blast from the point. A one-timer. He looks behind him, hits his shoulder, then he stops it in his glove.
Well, this one's like a playoff game as I've seen. We've seen many playoff-type games, but this one, Patrick Division, head-to-head, first of back-to-back games. And the Capitals tonight looking for a victory that would move them into a tie with the Devils. Out in the hockey game, Caps lead by 2. They're killing off a penalty as McLean drives one towards the net, and again, Beaupre with the save.
So they're getting some good opportunities on this power play, the Devils power play. Just shooting a puck at the net, but Beaupre standing up, not going down. John McLean just does a little spinorama move, drives it at the net. Langway standing there, hits Beaupre right in the middle of the sweater. He falls back, makes the save. But Hatcher trying to get out to John McLean. See how they're really forcing them. They're forcing all the Devils around the perimeters, forcing them to shoot the puck. If not, they could have cleared the zone.
Stastny wins a draw to Danico to Weinrich. Knocked down in front. Picking up the puck is McLean, and he drove it wide. Stastny back to the point to Danico. He'll wind up, deflected up high over the glass. 2 seconds left in the penalty to Rouse. He's on his feet. And so, too, the Caps fans here. Washington leads by 2, in part because of the fine play of Mike Ridley. 2 shorthanded goals tonight. And if this doesn't get him going, nothing will.
Well, Mike Ridley and Kelly Miller working together as a unit. But the key is they're forcing the New Jersey top men. They're not letting the Weinrichs have the puck, the drivers. The guys, Kasatonovs, handle the puck. They're forcing them up top, not letting them get the shot away. In that case, they get some turnovers, plus they can block some shots.
8 minutes, 46 seconds left here in the third period. As you see, Washington leading by 2. Ridley and Boschman set for this face-off. Who drops the puck. Norwood at the point. Around the glass. Beaupre is there to steer it. And the Caps get it to Rouse, and he just decides to let it go. Caps back to full strength. Norwood for Stewart. Feeds to Crowder. Backhanded into the Washington zone. Right out of the stick of Ciccarelli as the Caps clear it. And Dino sidesteps the check and dumps it in. John Burke. He's for Norwood. Around on the boards. Tarnow picks up that puck. Directs it towards the net. Deflected just wide. Waller with a shot. Save made by Burke. Ciccarelli turned around by Driver. No penalty call. Now Ciccarelli dumped again. This time Beaupre makes his way out. Caps will be on the power plays. It's dumped back in the New Jersey end. Norwood will get the gate. Slashing the call, and Ciccarelli going back and having a few words for Norwood. Stepping in is Bob Joyce. Norwood gloves Joyce in the face. Stewart gets his stick up. And the Devils trying to get the Capitals into something here.
Well, Norwood and Ciccarelli still talking it over. Norwood, real hard slash across his arm, trying to get his arm again. And Dino Ciccarelli fell. Referee right there to call the slash.
The Capitals now may look at a situation here where the slashing penalty will be called and the Caps will be back on the power play, so we'll have it for you. But in the meantime, we go downstairs to Al Koken.
All right, thanks, Jeff. While we got a chance, let's update you on all the out-of-town scores. Games going on right now. There is a final to report. Vancouver and Pittsburgh skate to a 2-all tie. In overtime now, Hartford and Buffalo all tied up at 3. Just getting started in Edmonton in the first period, the Rangers and Oilers with no score. Quebec has taken a 1-0 lead against Calgary at the Saddledome. And St. Louis pouring it on against Detroit. The Blues now lead Detroit 6-3 that game in the third period. Let's get back upstairs now to Jeff and Craig.
Well, the New Jersey Devils responsible for the absence of Dino Ciccarelli. And obviously, Craig, if you think back to last year's playoffs, Ciccarelli almost single-handedly with his fine offensive output sidelined the New Jersey Devils. Of course, it was a team effort, but Dino was hot, red hot against the Devils. They know they've got to concentrate on this pesky little right winger, and well, he's been certainly concentrated on here tonight in his return.
He sure has. They've really paid a lot of close attention to Dino Ciccarelli, but he gets involved. That's why you have to pay attention to Dino Ciccarelli.
Pivonka skates the puck back to center, in over the line. Looking for John Druce, decides to feed it around to Dale Hunter. Pivonka and Hunter collide. Puck squirts free. The Devils able to clear the zone. Brown tries to knock down that bouncing puck, but Hatcher has it for the Capitals. Feeds to Tatarnov. Tatarnov puts the brakes on. Centering pass for Pivonka. He and Hunter again collide. Danico dumps it to center. Tatarnov has it for Washington. He's got a pair of assists tonight. A couple of big assists they were. Kazatanov. Off the boards for Brown. Offside the call. Two-line pass. 1 minute, 14 seconds left in the minor penalty. Norwood for slashing. Caps with a 2-goal lead as we get a look at John Cunnick behind the Devils bench.
The Devils have to try to kill this penalty off. The Caps' power play has to not let down because these New Jersey Devil penalty killers are very, very aggressive. They're looking for a break now. They're going to have one guy standing up around center, looking for that long pass and maybe try to get a shorthanded goal themselves.
Capitals, winners of 6 of their last 8, 2 in a row. The Devils come into this hockey game unbeaten in their last 6 games, 3 wins and 3 ties, but they're trailing on the scoreboard with 7:08 remaining. Muller set for that face-off. Caps win it. Hatcher for Johansson. Kept in by Johansson on the backhand. Driven out by Bruce Driver down the ice. Beaupre leads for Hatcher. Kevin Hatcher putting it on the wing for Mike Ridley. Ridley feeding it to Bondra, who's in over the line. Ciccarelli Leach straddling the line, takes the return pass. Ridley unable to get things going, and now here is Kirk Muller. Muller, remember, the Devils are shorthanded now for the next 41 seconds. Weinrich pinching in. Ridley intercepts. Gets it ahead here to Bondra. Bondra looking for Leach. Leach in over the line, takes a hit from Driver. McLean picks up the loose puck. Beats it back to center. Got Muller with him on the far side, but Ridley back with another neat defensive play. Remember, the Caps on the power play for the next 20 seconds. Hatcher on the backhand, off the boards. Johansson takes it with 14 seconds left. Feeding it to Ciccarelli at center. He goes rink wide for Leach. Leach trying to knock it down, but it's intercepted by Boschman, who feeds to Patrick Sundstrom. Sundstrom trying to get around Johansson. Feeds it in front, backhanded by Boschman. Beaupre the save, the rebound cleared by Ridley, but not out. Danico's drive, glove by Beaupre, slashed at by Boschman. Teams are back at full strength. Bob Joyce fires it off the boards, knocked down by Kazatanov. He keeps the puck in the offensive zone. For Morris. Morris trying to get around Johansson. Ridley steals for Washington. Feeds to Ciccarelli at center. That point winger in over the line. Takes a hit and glove in the face from Danico. Goes right back at Danico. Turned around on the play. The Devils are going to get a penalty again. This one high sticking. Danico now trying to get Ciccarelli involved. Dino stands right there. Danico heads to the penalty box. 5:22 left. Caps will be back on the power play.
Not long ago, one of the first Lumina sedans was bought by a family of 5. They said they liked the gas mileage, all the room it had, and they liked the price. Since then, the Lumina sedan has quickly become the best-selling new car name in America. Apparently, a lot of people are winning with it.
The heartbeat of America, that's today's Chevrolet.
Now it's easy to win with a heartbeat.
Well, Dino Ciccarelli really making his presence felt out there tonight against the Devils. Dino Ciccarelli gets thrown down by Danico. He gets a penalty. Then they talk about it in the corner, but Danico's off to the penalty. And Mike Ridley, only the 3rd Capital player in Capitals history to score 2 shorthanded goals in the season. In 1985, Dave Christian had 2, and in 1987, Mike Gartner had 2. So it's quite an achievement. Very fine play.
Capitals are back on the power play. Ridley with Ciccarelli and Kelly Miller up front. Mike Ridley wins the draw, gets back to Tatarnov. Back to Ridley on the half-board, who lets it go to Ciccarelli. Feeds it back to Ridley. Ridley looking for Tatarnov, hops over his stick. Brown tips it ahead. He'll try to get a breakaway. Moves right in, and it's tipped off his stick by Tatarnov with a fine defensive play. Brown outskated and out-hustled there by Michael Tatarnov. Tatarnov skates back to center. Brown trips over the blue line. Fans get a kick at that. Brown backhands it ahead to Conacher. He's in over the Washington line. Conacher trying to go around Hatcher, but Tatarnov was right there to clear the puck aside. Weinrich off the glass. Tatarnov for the Capitals. Washington changes their power play unit. Tatarnov with a lead pass to Pavaka, steering it ahead for Ciccarelli, back to Pavaka. Feeding it to Hunter. Hunter looking for Pavaka, and he couldn't control the puck. Back comes Muller. For Kazatanov, back to Muller and over the line. Feeds to McLean, and it's tipped off his stick up into the crowd.
Well, Kelly Miller and Mike Ridley just went off the ice. They were started the power play. Terry Murray saying to himself, if they can score me shorthanded goals, why don't I give them a shot on the power play? So he's rewarded with them by giving them a chance on the power play.
Young Capitals fan here in attendance with his dad.
When I'm thinking of that, Jeff, all my family sitting at home at my brother's house watching this telecast tonight. My wife, my kids, my brother, his wife, and his kids, they're all sitting around listening to you. Maybe not, I don't know if they're listening to me or not, but they're certainly listening to you.
I'm sure they miss you, Craig. Bob Rouse backpedals, feeds ahead to Hunter. Say hello to the Lachlan clan. Up there in Oakville, Ontario. Here's John Druce. Feeding it ahead to Pivonka. Getting it to Hunter. Kazatanov backhands it, but not out. 38 seconds remain in the penalties. Pivonka backhands one. Back behind the net. Norwood is there. Hunter kicks it in front for Pivonka. And Pivonka takes a hit, 2 hits, 3 hits, and now is mugged by McLean. Referee McCreary is going to call something, and Pivonka takes a right hand right in the chin. But he is not backing up.
Pivonka getting right involved there. Knocked the goalie down, Sean Burke. Sean Burke gave him a little shot. McLean giving him a little shot. A little bit of frustration because the Capitals really driving to the net tonight.
We'll get another look at this one as Pivonka also skated off here towards the penalty box.
The Capitals working hard behind the net. Hunter and Druce poke the free puck away to Pivonka. Now John McLean comes across the crease, but then we see a shot back of the head. Then Burke hits Pivonka. Then John McLean just mugs Michael Pivonka in front of the net, puts his arm around him. He's saying, let's go, gives him a couple of punches. Michael Pivonka then gives him a good right shot. Then the linesmen get involved, break them up.
Now, Pivonka was actually shoved by McLean right over top, draping the goaltender Sean Burke. And it'll be interesting to see what the calls are here. Now, there was going to be an original penalty, I believe, called by McCreary, and perhaps even on Sean Burke. But Pivonka's in the penalty box.
Well, I think you've got to give a 2 and 2 to McLean, or 2 to McLean, 2 to Sean Burke, and then 2 also to Pivonka, because he did throw a punch and did get involved in the fracas in front of the net.
Capitals could possibly get a 2-man advantage here, but we'll see how McCreary saw it. You saw it, of course, at home on your home team sports cameras, and they are waiting for an extra player in the New Jersey penalty box. So Burke will get 1, McLean will get 1, and it looks like the Capitals will have a 2-man advantage.
Penalties for New Jersey. Number 1, Sean Burke, and number 15, John McLean. For Washington, number 20, Michael Pivonka, each get 2 minutes for roughing at 16-11.
Well, that's the way we saw it, and obviously McCreary saw it that way as well. So the Caps now will have a 2-man advantage.
Sean Burke, number 1.
For the next 27 seconds.
John McLean, each get 2 minutes for
roughing.
roughing.
He had his hand up as soon as Sean Burke punched Pivonka. He wasn't going to call the initial one of John McLean pushing him over top of Burke, but he did call the original on Sean Burke for punching Michael Pivonka. Then John McLean got involved. Then Michael Pivonka stood right up, gave John McLean a couple of punches himself.
Didn't back down at all. Dale Hunter, John Druce, Mike Ridley up front. Tatarnov and Hatcher on the blue line. Driver and Kazatanov are on the blue line. Patrick Sundstrom, the lone devil up front. Muller serving that minor as Ridley backhands it too far for Tatarnov, who will have to race back in his own zone. Circling in front. Back to his own blue line. Puts it on the wing here for Hunter. Hunter in over the line. Ridden off on the play, and Sundstrom able to clear it through an opening down the ice. 5 seconds left, and the penalty to Danico. Caps will remain on the power play, but will no longer have a 2-man advantage as Danico skates back onto the ice. John Druce tries to get around Sundstrom. One-hands it to Ridley. Mike Ridley backhands it for Druce. Druce stepping up in front. Backhands his shot. Burke makes the save. Driver has it. For the Devils to the point. Not out. Here's Mike Ridley in front. Ridley shoots. Score! And a hat trick!
Short-handed goal. He might as well get a power play goal also. Tatarnov knocks down a clearing pass. The Devils thought they could clear the zone. Mike Ridley comes in, fakes, walks across the crease, gets Sean Burke to commit, sliding down. Mike Ridley gets a hat trick, and a pretty hat trick at that.
Minutes even. Ridley's 9th goal of the year. And another assist for Michael Tatarna. Great pass again.
He's playing very well, playing with a lot of confidence, but the key there, knocking it down with his stick. Devils thought they could clear the zone. Tatarna, very good hand-eye coordination, knocked it right out of the air, about 3 feet in the air, knocked down a hard pass. That set up the play to Ridley.
Heinrich on the backhand. Trying to get into the Washington zone. Kyprios takes the hit. The Caps dump the puck into the New Jersey end. Craig, it'll be interesting to see how the Devils play these remaining 3 minutes. Remember, the return match tomorrow night in New Jersey. Drive by Leach. Blocker pad saved by Sean Burke. The Devils, trailing by 3, may want to send a message for the return engagement tomorrow night in New Jersey. Danico clears it for Albaline. Albaline, the length of the ice, coming back for it. Kelly Johansson, he gets to it. And again, the Devils get some sticks up. Boschman on Bob Rouse, trying to get something going. Rouse wisely just skates away.
Help Texaco Can Hunger. Bring a can of food by a participating Texaco station during the Salvation Army Can You Care food drive, November.
Coach Terry Murray, who has got to be pleased with his effort tonight. They wanted to get Mike Ridley on track, and he sure has in a big way tonight. 2 shorthanded goals, a power play goal. The Cap fans starting to chant pizza, pizza. They're looking for that 6th goal, Craig.
They sure are.
They end up with 5, you'll buy everybody a pizza, right? Bob Rouse pumps it back into the Devils zone. Sean Burke leaving for Kazatana. Kazatana off the boards and down the ice. And again, Johansson back, icing the call. And they'll come back in the New Jersey zone with 1:56 remaining. Calle Johansson playing a solid game for the Washington Capitals. You talked about him liking to move up into play. Certainly one of the big defensive pluses for the Capitals in the absence of Scott Stevens. We can just go right down the lineup. The Capitals all stepping up in the absence of some of the veterans up front, really doing a job.
He really sets up his defensive partners very well. Because he's such a good passer, he can clear the zone quickly. The Capitals get a lot of opportunities because of Calle Johansson. Good passing.
Kazatana puts it on the wing here for John Morris. At center, Morris crosses the blue line, drops a pass, Conacher shot, gloved by Don Beaupre. Johansson for Ciccarelli. Ciccarelli clears to the Devils' blue line. Albaline off the boards. Rouse takes a slap at it. Ciccarelli's got it. Back to Rouse. Rouse to his own blue line. From center, dumps it in the Devils' zone. Then skates off along with Johansson. Caps get some fresh defenders on. Lawler and Hatcher back with the blue line. Malte dumps it back in the Devils' zone. Conacher for Morris. Morris couldn't control it. Pink feeds the driver. He'll flip a high one. Less than a minute to go now. Here in the 3rd period in the hockey game. Kevin Hatcher clearing it. Caps dump it down the zone. Turcotte races after it, being tied up there by Claude Lemieux. Turcotte and Lemieux tie up one another. Driver is there, kicks it ahead. Sundstrom has to come back and help out. Driver gets it to the blue line and out. Hatcher dumps it back in, gloved ahead by Sundstrom. At center, puts the brakes on, tries to get away. Lawler steps up for Washington and clears it the length of the ice. Norwood steps away from traffic, puts it on this side. Sundstrom looking to flip it ahead here for Claude Lemieux. Gloved by Lawler, who's turned around by Lemieux. Dumped back into the neutral zone. Weinrich steps aside, gets away from Turcotte. Claude Lemieux with 8 seconds left, fires a shot. The save by Beaupre, he'll hold on. As the net comes off its moorings with 4 seconds left in the hockey game.
Well, Jeff, a solid performance by the Washington Capitals. An all-around game, but we always keep coming back to the idea Special teams, and the Capitals special teams, just amazing tonight. Mike Ridley, a key factor in this game.
Capitals will move 3 games over the 500 mark. Off of the hockey game. To the left of Don Beaupre, Muller will do the honors with Alfie Turcotte. Turcotte wins the draw. Kyprios controls. 1 second left. There it is. The game is over. And the Washington Capitals with a big win in the first of the home-and-home series. They move into a third-place tie with the New Jersey Devils. They have ended, effectively, the Devils' 6-game unbeaten string and have stretched their unbeaten string to 3 games. Mike Ridley, without question, the #1 star of the hockey game. Don Beaupre not too far behind. Ridley with a 3-goal hat trick, 2 shorthanded goals, and a power play marker. The Washington Capitals skate off the ice, now tied with the Devils, 3rd place in the Patrick Division with 34 points apiece. There's a look at the final score. And let's go downstairs now with the first star of the hockey game and our Al Koken. Al?
If you're right, there's no question who our Texaco star of the game is tonight. A hat trick for Mike Ridley, 2 shorthanded, 1 on the power play. For a guy who maybe has been struggling a bit in terms of scoring goals, this has got to feel awful good.
Yeah, it feels good. You know, the big thing is we get the win, and you know, we're heading to New Jersey with a chance to sweep them. It's an all-important division game, so you know, hopefully we can keep it going.
Does this kind of point out, I mean, people have been talking about that you haven't been scoring the goals, particularly on your pace of the last few seasons, but in the way you scored these goals tonight with good defense, shorthanded, does this kind of point out some of the things that maybe people aren't looking at your game, the defensive play, the things that really don't show up on the score sheet?
Well, I think in terms of that, you know, everybody has streaks and stuff, and you know, we're concentrating on good defensive play right now, and that's winning us games, especially with Dino being out and Peter Zezel out. You know, we don't have a bulk of our goal scoring in a lineup, and you know, Mike Pivonka has been coming through great, and Peter Bondra, and it's going to be spread out with our team, so we can't just rely on one guy every night.
A couple of pretty spectacular goals. Talk about the shorthanded goal number 2 we're seeing here.
Well, Kelly made a nice play and gave it up to me, and the defenseman took away the pass, so I just shot it, and then I tried for the rebound there, and it just kept staying with me, so I tried going, it just went around the net, and I guess it banked in off him, so I took a lick after that, but it was worth it when you score like that.
Say, talking about paying the price twice here. Now here comes the power play goal. A nice setup from Michael Tatarnov.
Yeah, well, that's a great job picking it off there, and just threw it right back down to me, and I was able just to walk in. I had even more time than I used there, but Dale Hunter taking the guy in front. So like I say, is it's an all-around effort, and you know, different nights, maybe, you know, next night it's John Druce or whatever, but everybody's got to contribute.
Talk about getting Dino back. He certainly was involved, picked up the goal tonight. Did that provide a spark for the team?
Well, I think so. You know, anytime you have a guy that's a perennial 40-goal scorer out of the lineup that long, and then, like I say, added to the fact with Peter Zezel out, you know, we really miss him. And, you know, with him coming back in, the way he plays, it gives us a spark. And he's only going to get better. It's tough coming back after being out that long. So, like, you can, in the next couple of weeks, you know, look for him to get even better.
What do you expect tomorrow night as you go into New Jersey?
Well, it's going to be the same type of game. They've got a very good team. They got a lot of offensive power. So we've got to play good defense, and we're going to play a good road game, hopefully, and come back with another win.
Well, terrific job tonight by our Texaco Star Player of the Game, Mike Ridley. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Mike Ridley is our Texaco Star Player of the Game with a hat trick tonight. 2 goals shorthanded, 1 on the power play. Let's go back upstairs now and rejoin Jeff Rimmer and Craig Laughlin.
Thanks, Al, for being selected tonight's Texaco Star of the Game. Texaco will donate $50 in the name of Mike Ridley to the charity of his choice. Try Texaco System 3 because all gasolines are not the same. We'll be back as our post-game show continues here on Home Team Sports. The Washington Capitals with a hard-fought but well-deserved 5-2 victory. Stay tuned.